oh, Naniwa, I lost my place there. This is round 4, I believe.
Okay.
Moving through to round 5 next. It's a little while till we get to the best of 3, so we are still watching best of 1s for now. Looks like Naniwa is ready to go, and we are live. Looks like Naniwa is playing Terran, eh?
Yeah. So he actually did change to Terran. Sometimes I used to pick Terran, as you can read about in the Go4sc2 Gamer headlines on the Stark.
Yeah. That's a big development as well. If you guys want to look for the particular news thing, it's Naniwa. Sometimes I wish I picked Terran, and that's obviously what he's done today.
He definitely gets some talk going about himself, doesn't he? When he says things like that. Oh,
big players say big things. It's big news, and that's what we're all about at Go4sc2 Gamers. Read some other big news there. We have got a little thing on the recent patch changes, which is pretty cool. You guys must also read about the NVIDIA Go4sc2 Gamers King of the Hill, number 3. Huck, of course, still at the top of the King of the Hill. He is quite the king at the moment, and he's facing up against Show. And you can get the replays from Go4sc2 Gamers. There's King of the Hill number 4 coming up. Beg your pardon.
It should be in the VOD section on this stream, actually. If you look at the stream you're looking at and you scroll down, there should be a menu where you can cycle through the VODs, and the game should be on there. So, what round do we actually see the quarterfinals coming up? And the quarterfinals are best 3, right? Is that round 7 or 6?
Let me tell you in just a second. Yeah, the quarterfinals do turn to best of 3. If I'm looking over here, that's... Whoa. Looks like one of the players just experiencing some connectivity problems there, but it looks like the finals and the semifinals are round 9. The quarterfinals are therefore round 8. So you can wait till round 8 before we start seeing some best of 3 action. I must just give a shout out to the ESL admins today. Those guys are doing a phenomenal job. One such admin is in this game right now, Keeper DE. Give him a big shout out, guys. That guy works tirelessly to bring us these amazing events from the ESL, which are quite something. But let's bow to the ESL admins, indeed, and let's bring our attention back to this game. What are we going to see here? What do you think so far?
So far it's looking very standard for Naniwa. Nothing major, actually. I'm thinking he might go for pressure. He's scouting very intensively. I like this scout a bit more than we saw Show doing. So he's getting a very good idea of what his opponent is doing, at least up until now. And I think he's going to stay until at least the Stalker comes out. That's very standard. Also the Protoss also scouting very, cautiously. Nothing really telling yet. I mean, in theory, Naniwa could go for a drop, he could go for banshee play, he could go for a fast expansion. There's nothing really limiting him yet. And we don't see, banzaii, I believe his name is, doing anything. He is saving up the chrono boost though. He's on 60 now, so I believe he's going to chrono boost his Stalker and something. Maybe warp gates probably. I mean, chrono boosting and warp gates pretty standard. So he's not really.
It looks like he's.
Yeah. It's not really keeping his chrono boost to 0 while he's pumping out workers in the beginning. So I would expect a pressure play from this, but it might just be nerves, to be honest.
But it looks like he is going gas heavy. Look at that second assimilator going down right now. He's going to throw in some probes onto that.
We do actually see concussive shell before stim, so...
Interesting choice there. I guess the concussive is quite short to research. Maybe he just wants to have a look at that sexy new concussive shell icon that came with patch 1.1. Or he wants to put on some early pressure here with some concussive. And I think he might be doing that. Look, he is washing over that Zal Nugget tower. He's making sure that no pressure is coming his way. So he's got a bit of leeway to do pressure himself. But look at him scouting with this Marauder. He's making sure that there's no proxy stargates or anything like that going on. Yeah, he wants to definitely.
My first impression is that he goes for fast concussive shield to limit the mobility of the Protoss. I mean, taking map control and just keeping Banshee's information very limited until he gets observer. And we actually do see him going for a fast pressure. He is pulling SCVs out right now, so we I do believe we're seeing some fast pressure. And one sentry on the way from banzaii. He's chrono boosting his warp gate, and he's not adding a third warp gate. And he's gonna be supply capped right now if he doesn't add a pylon. 33 to 34. It's all gonna be in a force field. If he caps the head of this army, killing a few units, he could be in a good position to mid game. Oh, too soon. I really do believe that if you are going to force field and defend against this, you need to trap some units on your side. You know, punishing the Terran for the audacity to pressure you. I mean, come on.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, you got to time that just right. But he manages to warp in a sentry just in time. Wow, in the nick of time, that is. And he manages to do just that, and I think he held this off pretty well. Banzai definitely knows what he's doing here. He's definitely got some skill up his sleeve here.
Yeah. Do you see the factory going down for Naniwa? So he is having evolution in his play, and I like that. Instead of adding a third Rax, he's going for Medivacs probably. And I feel that's the clever play, you know. Pressuring, it didn't work out so well, you didn't really kill anything, but you did, you know, the Protoss didn't expand or anything. So you managed to keep the game on an even footing while you get your Medivacs. And when you start having Medivacs with Marauders, then you can maybe expand this turn, you know, keeping the opponent in his space, the opponent being the Protoss, right? And maybe going to mid-game that way. I think that could be a valid choice. So.
Good move by Banzai here to get an Immortal out. That's definitely going to help out against these Marauders. I mean, look, this is a very Marauder-heavy army. Look at that, 5 Marauders in the mix for Naniwa. And I think you might want to think about his approach over here. Seems to be holding back for now. You know, one interesting thing to note, going on Naniwa's statement about how he wished he had picked Terran, I think Terran really do dictate the play. You know, they really set out from the onset about how the play is going to go down, and the other players forced to just sort of work around it and counter to that strategy. Now, I've heard a couple of players say that. What do you think of that?
I think it's kind of how Protoss play right now. Most Protoss chrono boost the workers. They get 1 gate, then core, then something, and that kind of gives the 2 gate 2 racks from Terran lots of room in the beginning. And he actually, Banzai goes up again. I think he should have committed to going down, but okay, he does get away with it without any heavy losses. As I was saying, and that 1 gate for a long time does give the Terrans lots of room to do whatever they want in the beginning. I mean, the 1 gate is a safe play, but you kind of see many Terrans at this point really taking an advantage of that, going 2 racks, then expanding, and just not doing anything else than stopping the Protoss from expanding, so they get an economical lead by that. As you see now, I would have preferred Banzai staying down and fighting, so this doesn't happen. Because you are
now
safe.
It's a bit trapped.
Yeah, because you can't get out. Basic this ramp concave is gonna be killer for your zealots. Oh, and he's trapping some units. That's a shame. He could have trapped many of the units and actually had a chance to push out there.
Yeah. I think if they had placed those force fields just a little bit better, he could have got trapped in quite a few Marauders and even some Marines if he could. Oh, there he is. That's some good placement right there.
And trap
still taking some damage from Marauders.
He's not using his cellars really, but he has a very limited range. I mean, many cellars right now, and this is not really a good place for him to fight. Oh, go down with the cellars, mate. Go down. You have to try now. You can't keep going back and forth. Have to commit at some point.
Oh, he's a little too slow with those zealots, and you know what? Those Marines and Marauders are going to slip out of there, and they're just going to kite the zealots until they die.
He kind of botched his ramp battle, and now he doesn't have the sentry to limit the kiting ability of the Terran, and now he's just gonna get ruffle stuff, to be honest. These kiting Marauders are gonna play with his zealots until there are none left, and then you're gonna focus fire the Stalkers. It's not really how you want the mid game to look as Protoss. And the expansion, the command center is done from Naniwa, and he's adding on barracks. I mean, he's looking very solid right now.
Yeah, and taking a look at his mineral line, he's even oversaturated his mineral line a little bit, so he's so ready for an expansion. But I don't think it'll even get to that stage where that expansion lands. I think that's the GG right there. I mean, the last few Stalkers just fell now. Naniwa pulling out just now. And he only brings out the probes now. You know, if you want to win a game like this, you want to bring out those probes a lot sooner and bring them into the games. And I must say, probes fall very quickly to Marines, Marauders.
Yeah, I think it was the ramp execution by our Protoss players kind of cost in the game. Not so much as Naniwa, of course, played good and he won the game, but I think Protoss helped him quite a lot. He didn't really.
Yeah.
Had he stayed down there, he would have had, the better around his expo, he might have been able to expand, and he wouldn't have been in that bad ramp positioning that he kind of was in.
Yeah, that was some nasty positioning there.
I mean, if you go up, there's no